Hey guys, welcome to a little bit of late night filming. I decided to come up here and film a video after work. It's pretty dark outside. It's like past dinner time, but I wanted to get this video in. I'm just excited about filming. I have 29 different beauty empties that I wanted to go through with you guys. I love doing these videos. I feel like a lot of my videos are centered around like roundups of me testing things. So that's what we're gonna do, you guys. We're just gonna go through the 29 beauty empties. Actually, it's 28. There is one thing in here that I'm totally decluttering. I'm getting rid of. I'll maybe pass it along to my sister or something like that. Maybe she likes it, but it's gotta go. It's so bad. I don't think it's a newer product, but it's definitely something that I bought at Ulta, so maybe it helps you guys. Anyway, that's it for the intro, you guys. Let's get into it. Okay, so I don't have these broken up by categories. I just figure we go through them as I kind of wrote them down and took notes. I wanna go over the boring stuff first and just get it out of the way. First up, I had the Skin Relief Body Wash from Aveeno. You guys, I'm just that kind of person who just doesn't feel like I need to spend extra money for body wash the way I do with hair care or makeup or even skincare. I will spend extra if I really like something, but body wash just ain't it. I've spent a ton of money on body wash in the past, but because we go through it so quickly, like I don't see the need to go outside the drugstore for body wash. And Aveeno and Dove, they're generally sulfate free, fragrance free. They don't have any parabens. And that's usually what I'm looking for anyway, so they usually will do the trick for me in terms of like body wash from the drugstore. The only thing is that I don't know if Aveeno is cruelty free. That is literally the only thing, because it is owned by Johnson & Johnson, where like Dove we know is cruelty free. So I kind of rotate back and forth between like Aveeno and Dove when it comes to body wash, and I think there's like one other that I will also use. But there's also no dyes in here. Like this is an oat body wash, so it's non-GMO. Anyway, I deal with such like dry skin around my body, not my face necessarily, even though I am combo skin. Generally, I will get super dry like on my arms and my legs and my feet, just like everywhere else on my body. And every time I took a shower, like the backs of my arms would always like itch. For a while there, I was using like the KP body scrub from First Aid Beauty. It wasn't hydrating the backs of my arms, like maybe it was making them smoother. Anyway, I got the Skin Relief body wash that helps for soothing itch and dry skin, and I loved it. It's huge, it's pretty inexpensive. I got it on Amazon, I'm pretty sure, or maybe I picked it up in CVS. That's what this is here. Anyway, this is the boring one. I definitely would repurchase this, and if you guys like deal with like itchy arms or chest or really anywhere, I feel like this actually soothed my skin. I wasn't like getting out of the shower and like immediately itching the backs of my arms. All right, kind of another boring one is the Dove Breakage Remedy Shampoo. Like I said, Dove is cruelty free. Same thing. A lot of these have zero sulfates. They're generally fragrance free or added perfumes. But this one specifically is a breakage remedy shampoo, which I deal with breakage. My hair is getting so thin as I get older. I'm starting to like freak out. I mean, you just can't control it, I don't think. Like I've done so many things at this point to try and help my thinning hair, different supplements, different hair care products, and it's just genetic. I mean, some of it's just gonna happen naturally. My mom's hair is like super duper thin. So far, I think I'm doing like okay, but I know it's headed that direction. Anyway, I think that this was pretty inexpensive and it did the trick. The one thing that these shampoos that have been doing have been helping with breakage. I don't have as much breakage as I was having. I still see my hair thinning. I just don't see it breaking quite as much. Like in the shower, it's just not coming out. When I'm brushing, it's not coming out the way that it was. I have been using a lot of shampoos like this, so I didn't repurchase this. I'm using a different one now that is like for thinning and breakage, and I'm liking all of them. So yeah, 97% sawless breakage. I like Dove products, like I said, just because they're cruelty free, just because they're inexpensive and you can find them at the drugstore. So I recommend that one. I think that that one was a purchase. I will definitely go back and pick this up, especially because I go through these products pretty quickly. Maybe not so much shampoo, but definitely conditioner. I'm trying to see how many ounces this is, because that's the thing. Shopping at Ulta for me or Sephora for hair care products, it gets so expensive. They'll sell like $26 and it'll be like 5 ounces or something, and I'll go through it in like a week. So anyway, I think that's just why I'm here with like drugstore products, trying to find something that's relatively affordable that still does what I like, does a good job. Oh, and by the way, you guys, I did an eye look today with the Skulls and Roses palette from KARIM Cosmetics. I do have a code with them. I'll list it in the description box. I think it's KARIM that saves you 10% off, and I want to say this has gone in and out of stock so many times. I've done a look on my channel with this already. It's just, oh, it's so grungy. I am still like testing it as I do with a lot of palettes. I use this shimmer right here, like all over the lid. It's like a multi-chrome. Oh, it's so delicious. Anyway, this is such a yummy delicious, delicious palette. All right, let's keep going on with the hair care products. So this is actually my third or fourth bottle of the KARIM Rejuvenate Healthy Hair Growth. This is for follicle strengthening and damage control and comes with a keratin amino complex. I like it. Again, I think that it's a more affordable product. I want to say it's like $22 in comparison to some other products that are like this. I've liked it enough to repurchase it. I just don't think I'm going to continue doing it. I have one now, another conditioner that's open. And I think part of the reason is I just don't think that it makes my hair super smooth. And so every time I'm using this, I will go in with a hair mask afterward to smooth out my hair. I feel like this just makes my hair super frizzy. So every time I'll use this, I'll do that, and I'll put like a hair oil in afterward, where some conditioners, that's just too much because they're hydrating anyway. I don't find that this is like super hydrating. That's really the only thing. I like that this is a woman-owned brand. It does have a lot of fragrance in it though. Like if you guys don't like a ton of fragrance in your conditioner, this smells like perfume, so I don't think you would like it. Like it doesn't smell like a lightly scented fragrance. It's like super duper strong. I mean, I love that for my hair care products, but you know, sometimes that's just not good. Like it can be stripping on your hair and whatnot. So anyway, I have enjoyed this, but I think I'm done enjoying this. I just really want something that does this, but also still makes my hair smooth. And I've been using the Biolage, which I talked about last month. You guys, I'll throw up a picture here. The Hydra source, it's an amazing conditioner that really hydrates my hair because my hair is super duper dry. And I would rather just use like something that's breakage proof or something that helps against breakage and like follicle strengthening in my shampoos. And next up is the HG conditioner from Bondi Boost. I also have the shampoo, but I obviously use this up faster. I'm still working on the shampoo. I thought about repurchasing at Ulta, and that is where I picked this up. I really do like this. It's kind of a little bit different. It's like the tea tree scent, and it's very cooling on the scalp. This is supposed to be an innovative aloe-based conditioner that is packed with superfoods to nourish your strands. I like it. I really do like this. I thought that it was hydrating. It felt like my hair was nice and soft and silky and all the good stuff. It was like definitely better than the KARIM in terms of like making my hair feel hydrated and silky and not like super dry. So I did like that. I think it's a purchase. I do. Again though, like if it were just between like something more affordable, a bottle like this, even though this is just over 10 ounces, I still will go through this really quickly as it pertains to conditioner. Like my hair is thin, you guys, but it goes all the way down to my butt. So I feel like I have to coat like every strand to really get it super hydrated. All right, this is a hair care product that I ended up not using like the whole thing. I ended up passing this on to my son. It's the Chi Vibes Know-It-All. It's a multitasking hair protector. Like when they say know-it-all, it literally is supposed to protect against heat. It's supposed to speed dry your hair. It's supposed to block humidity, reduce frizz. And it literally says on the back of it, what does this product not do? I mean, the thing that it did really well was kind of make my hair feel like oily and greasy. I didn't like it. In fact, with super thin hair, if it adds like too much oil, then like certain strands of hair will start to get frizzy when it goes out into the humidity. I didn't think it did a good job. And what I mean I passed it on to my son is I kind of used it just to spray his hair to brush it in the morning, really just to like re-wet it. Not that he needed a heat protectant or anything like that. And it worked just fine. It's just a weightier liquid. It definitely weighs down the hair. Like it coats it. It gets it like a little bit greasy. So I didn't like it at all. It smells delicious. Like every time I would hug my son and I'd smell his head, it would smell so good. And people would even go, oh my gosh, what's in your hair? It smells delicious. So it's great. What I'm really loving from Chi Vibes right now, or like the Chi, but the Vibes line, is their dry shampoo. I am currently using that and I really do enjoy it. Don't recommend this one, you guys, but I do recommend the dry shampoo from them. All right, I think the final thing in like body care, if you guys have ever seen any of my Beauty Empty videos and you've come across this particular product, you know I'm fully obsessed. I hate using that word. Everybody hates that word, but you guys, I love this stuff and I will not move on from it. The couple of times that I've tried, I've never enjoyed the body scrub quite as much. This is from Onyx Bathhouse. This one in particular is Too Cute for Boo Foaming Body Scrub in Spooky Spiced Chai. Really all it is that Onyx Bathhouse comes out with these foaming body scrubs and I freaking love these things. I love using them like all over the body and it just like foaming up very gently. Like something about that is just immensely satisfying to me. I don't know why. It works as well or better than other body scrubs, especially for my dry skin. This one, though, in particular, didn't foam as much as some of the other ones that I've gotten. And I don't know, like, if this is even still made, to be honest. I have been buying these at like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Amazon, but I don't know if Onyx Bathhouse still has like a website where you can get these. Really don't know. And honestly, I find these ones at TJ Maxx and they're all different, you know? They're like themed or whatever. If you can find these, they're so good. I love a foaming body scrub. I'm using one right now that's like a citrus one, and I'm bored. When it doesn't foam, I just don't get that satisfaction, I guess. I have to say a little bit obsessed, because I will hunt these down to try and find these. Or I'll move on to another one that's like foaming body scrub and give it a shot. But Onyx Bathhouse so far is the only one that I have tested. Since I started using body scrubs, which really only was like a couple of years ago, I just found this one at TJ Maxx and then fell in love with the foaming body scrubs and kept looking for Onyx Bathhouse. So anyway, if you come across them, they're really great. All right, now we're moving on into, I think, face. I have a couple of face washes kind of next. Again, just no particular order here. This was from Fenty Skin. I got the Total Cleanser. This one is the fragrance-free version. She also had like a cherry one come out. But as it pertains to my face wash, I really don't like a ton of fragrance. Like, it can be very lightly scented, very lightly, but I don't like intense fragrance. So I got the fragrance-free kind. This is a really good cleanser. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed this and I would totally repurchase this. I think it was a good price and it took me a long time to use it up. What I consider a long time. I don't use a ton of cleanser, just a little amount, and usually as long as it's like foaming up, it takes you a pretty decent way. I thought this was really good for Fenty Skin. Honestly, I was really surprised that I liked it so much. Again, the very light foam. I liked how it was not stripping, it wasn't drying, it really cleaned my face, it was fragrance free. I loved it. I would totally repurchase this, and I would check out more stuff from the Fenty Skin line because I enjoyed this so much. All right, one that I absolutely hated. Hated. This is basically still full. I tried to push through it, but I can't. It's the Tula, the cult classic purifying face cleanser. This has such a strong fragrance to it. Every time I was washing my face, it was like getting into my mouth. Gross. Okay, no, we don't. Like, I tried to tolerate it because it was nice. It's like a gel cleanser that lightly foamed, but it was so fragranced. Again, getting into your mouth, like, it has to be the worst thing for me. You're just sitting there with your eyes closed and like, oh, it just gross. No. Again, I'm pretty tolerant as it pertains to like skincare products. The worst thing was that this broke me out. It was the only thing that I changed in my skincare routine, and all of a sudden I started to get a bunch of breakouts. If you guys have watched any of my other videos like this month, you know I was like fighting different breakouts and saying like, oh, I got one here, one here. This was what I started using. I think I even alluded to it in one of my testing new makeup videos that there was a skincare product that I started using that immediately started breaking me out. And I go into like this denial where I start saying like, oh, maybe it's not that, maybe it's something else. Well, this is the only thing that I changed, and the minute I stopped using it, I stopped breaking out. I don't know what is in here that caused me to break out other than the fragrance. And that's partly why I really do not like using fragrance in my face wash a lot of times. It's supposed to be a refreshing gel-based cleanser powered by superfoods that removes dirts, impurities, and makeup without stripping or over drying. Prebiotics, probiotic extracts, and turmeric that leave skin purified, soft, and balanced. I mean, I would say it did all of those things, but the fragrance in here definitely was what was causing me to break out, is what I'm kind of guessing. So this is basically full. I will pass this along. This is garbage for me. Not saying that it's like necessarily a bad product if you guys don't mind fragrance, and some people don't necessarily have like as sensitive skin as I do as it pertains to face cleansers, or maybe they're just get along with this. Then I could see it being a good product, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend it to you guys. No. All right, let's move on to sunscreens. I've been going crazy with sunscreens lately, you guys. I have been sunscreening like today is my last day to sunscreen. I have been taking it super seriously as I get older. I think that I am thoroughly enjoying the results that I'm seeing just in general, just naturally without sun damage, just doing my thing with skincare and with sunscreen. I'm just liking it right now. Like chest, arms, guys, everything that's exposed to the sun, I am sunscreening. And what I've been finding is that I really want something high in SPF. I don't want something 30 anymore. I want something like 50 and above. So I picked this one up for my face from Neutrogena from the drugstore. It's the Ultra Sheer Dry Touch Sunscreen with SPF 70. It's a lightweight, clean feel. And I loved it because what I've been using quite frequently is the ones that are made for face, which is like e.l.f. and then the one from NYX, but they're like priming moisturizers with sunscreen in them. And I've been enjoying them, but I also noticed that I really like a moisturizing sunscreen, something that's a lotion based, instead of something that's like the e.l.f., which has like a silica feel to it. I don't mind it, I just feel like I prefer kind of a lotion based formula. And I loved this because it was absolutely sheer. Like this had no white cast whatsoever, and it was an SPF of 70, which I really like for my face. So I thoroughly enjoyed this. I think I sort of repurchased it. I kind of went to Ulta, I think it was last week, and got the Sport Face oil-free sunscreen with SPF 70. I wanted to try something different, and because this one was like specifically made for face, I wanted to give it a shot, because when you look on Ulta's website, like the cheapest sunscreen that I could find, sorting by low to high, was the one from e.l.f. It's the least expensive, but it's not a ton of product. And for me, I'm sunscreening every single day. I wanted something that was a little bit bigger, that was made for face. So anyway, I did already repurchase this. I highly recommend this to you guys because of its affordability for the face and Ultra Sheer and 70. And I'm saying that because I think that it's hard to find less than like $17 for a bottle this size. Like going into Ulta and going to the sunscreens, like the cheapest ones were like 17 bucks, $16.99, something like that. And I'm like, wow, for as fast as I go through this, I'm just adding to my list of the things that I use in my everyday routine. There's just, the price is going up and up. I'm getting an expensive body, you know what I mean? But anyway, I think Neutrogena does a lot of 70 plus, so highly recommend them. All right, and I have to recommend these too, Sun Bum. This is also for the face. It's a moisturizing sunscreen facial lotion. This one only has an SPF of 30, and this one was tinted. Because it was tinted, I was actually like using it on my chest and my arms. Not that I won't use something tinted on my face, but I wanted something higher SPF than this, so I was just kind of like doing my chest and my arms. I'd like higher SPF for my chest and my arms also, but I got this in like a Macy's box in December of last year when I was doing a bunch of hauls of like advent calendars and beauty boxes. So I wanted to give this a go. It's pretty affordable. It didn't break me out. It was really beautiful. It was a nice glow. It's again a moisturizing glow. Even though this was tinted though, it was sheer. It rubbed in completely. I think my husband did use this though, and he said that it broke him out. He might be more sensitive to like chemical sunscreens, and he may need a mineral or vice versa. I don't know. I haven't like tested his skin. I don't care. I can use either one. And Sun Bum is sold at like CVS in the drugstore. It's also sold at Ulta, and it's also one of the most affordable ones if you sort by like facial sunscreens on Ulta's website. So I recommend this. It didn't break me out, you guys. I thought it was good. And if you like a little bit of a glow, I mean, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice, especially if you like a dewy base as a primer or something like that. I didn't repurchase this, you guys. I went for something different because I wanted a higher SPF. So I got one from CeraVe. I tried one that's a new Australian brand. You guys will have to wait. It'll be upcoming. I'll talk about that in future videos. But yeah, I didn't repurchase this. Not that I wouldn't. I just didn't this time because I wanted to try other stuff. All right, another facial sunscreen was one from Paula's Choice that I've had for a while, and I really needed to use this up. It's more like a tinted moisturizer, but it didn't really offer me any coverage, and I just wasn't reaching for it in my foundation drawer, so I decided to just take it downstairs to use it in the morning as skincare. It's tinted, but it's also like mattifying, so it's made for normal oily and combo skin. It's not really advertised as being good for dry skin. A silky lotion mattifies with a sheer natural tint for all skin tones, and it only had an SPF of 30. This one does have antioxidants and resveratrol. I liked it though. I liked it. It was good. It wasn't better than, say, like the Sun Bum necessarily. It just didn't have the glow. I kind of think that this one, the Sport Face, that's an oil-free sunscreen, it's probably good for mattifying too and is a lot more affordable. So while this was nice, I didn't care that it was tinted and it's not enough SPF. It just wasn't bad. So anyway, if you guys are interested in checking that out because you do like a tinted sunscreen, it's definitely a recommendation. There are probably cheaper ones out there, but it wasn't bad. Okay, let's move on to some body stuff. Actually, I only have one. This was from About Face. I bought the Light Lock Illuminating Body Lotion, I guess. This one is in the shade Lightwarp. It took me a really long time to use this up. I use leg oils and illuminators, not on my arms or my chest or anything, but I like it for my legs, like after I shave, and especially if I'm wearing shorts. I just think that they look cool, you know? It's kind of cool. It's kind of fun to put them on. But this, the reason it took me so long to get through it is just because, you know, it wasn't my favorite. It was a little bit sticky. It left such a white cast on my legs that it transferred to my leather seats in my car every time I used it. So I painfully used this up. This is actually made in Italy. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can like pump some of this out. It's even like kind of, I don't know, crusty white, but this is what it looks like. It almost turns to like this like yellow. It's very illuminating. It's just not like in the good way, you know? This doesn't like lock into the skin. It just immediately transfers to anything else. So yeah, my leather seats hated me. I'm not gonna repurchase this. All right, let's move into some skincare items. I do have some minis. I'm still working through the minis that I got in the advent calendars and those beauty boxes that I got in December. I've used almost all of them up, but then I repurchased some more from the Ipsy Drop Shop because I wanted to test more from the Saturday Skin line because I got something, don't know what it was in, but it's like a prebiotic face lotion. You guys, I'll talk about that next month, probably next month, maybe the month after. Anyway, I'm loving it. Anyway, Saturday Skin. That's all I'm gonna say. I thought I'd pick up some more stuff, and it's pretty cheap on the Ipsy Drop Shop. So they had a big sale, and I picked up some more stuff. So I have some more minis, but some of them I like, some of them I don't like. So far, I haven't repurchased any. I love testing new things, so it's so hard to like think that I'll go back to something, but I could. So the first thing up for face is from Strivectin. It's the HA, I guess. It's a hydrating face serum with hyaluronic acid. It's specifically formulated to instantly hydrate and replenish lost moisture, plump and smooth fine lines and wrinkles. It was fine. I use a hydrator no matter what. Even if my skin is oily and it's summertime, I always like to use something that keeps my skin hydrating, especially after facial cleanser, which generally kind of dries me out, even though they're not meant to be drying. I always like to put that on morning and night. Really, I just want hydrated skin. Even if that means I'm oily, I'll take it anyway. So I love Strivectin. I have talked about using Strivectin, I think, since I started doing these beauty empties. They're just very, very expensive. I've had really good results with Strivectin, but I try to find them at like TJ Maxx and Marshalls. And usually by the time they're there, it's because Strivectin has repackaged. Maybe not reformulated, but repackaged, and I'm pretty sure this has been repackaged. The thing with this is, it's the first time I've ever had a Strivectin product have so much fragrance in it. It smelled like a straight up perfume. This smelled like Ralph Lauren, okay? It smelled like genuine perfume going onto my face, and it smelled delicious. It was just like, wow, what is that about? Like, it just smells like right now. Like, it literally smells like something you'd smell on your husband. It's so strong. It was very light though. It's a very lightweight, moisturizing feeling, like lotion type product. And it was hydrating and sunk into the skin. Did all the good stuff. But I feel like for a hyaluronic acid, there's so many affordable brands that are doing stuff like this. You know, if it's not like specifically formulated with something else, I could just get this cheaper. So I wouldn't repurchase this, especially because it smells like an old school cologne. Okay, you guys, moving on. I had another hyaluronic serum. This was from Votary. I don't even know where I got this. I want to say this probably came from my Vogue advent calendar, which a lot of luxury brands came from there, and a lot of them were really nice. This is a hyaluronic acid and an AHA. It's supposed to illuminate your skin. It comes on a dropper style, so it was really easy to get out, pump onto my hand, or squeeze onto my hand and rub into my face. It was like a nice and thick kind of like oil-based serum. I would use this a lot at night, really just for hydrating and brightening, and I loved it. I'm somebody who really likes like a brightening serum. I purchased another like vitamin C brightening serum, but I did it from drugstore because I'm trying to see if some of those are nice and like illuminating, so I don't have to break the bank. So I'm trying one right now from Soap and Glory. I'll let you guys know how that goes, but I really liked this. Again, it smelled like citrus. It was nice again and thick, but it sunk into the skin. I don't even know where you can get this. It was made in England, so maybe this was something that I picked up from the Vogue advent calendar. Anyway, I really did enjoy that. I think it was a purchase. Now, something that you guys might have tried or thought about trying is the Great Skin from Merit. This is the Instant Glow Serum. All right, I have to say, I talked badly or poorly about this product initially. I got this for a full face of Merit. Actually, I bought everything in the line to test it out. I think this was probably a year ago when I bought this, and I didn't love it. I had it in my primer drawer, but it's such a watery based consistency. It's just not something that I like to sit and like pump out before makeup. So I ended up moving this down to skincare and probably had no business using this kind of product in the summertime, but I did, and I started to fall in love with it after using it for so long. It had virtually no scent to it, like 0 scent whatsoever. It's very, very watery, very liquidy formula. It's a bi-phase product, so it's like water and oil, but it feels like the consistency of water essentially. Like a lot of it comes out and kind of splashes, but because it's so watery, it's really thin, so it sinks into your skin very nicely. It's hydrating, but again, it's very thin and lightweight. So even for me, having combo skin, and even though this is kind of like an oil-based product, I think it was really nice. I liked the hydration. I don't think it did any more than that. I don't think it was like brightening. I don't think it was clarifying, but I think it was really nice and hydrating, and I liked putting it on at night. And you know what? I liked it so much when Merit reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try the new Lightweight Moisturizer, which is a new release. I'll pop up a picture. I did say yes, and then they let me pick out some other products, like essentially to re-up on some of the stuff that I like from their line. I also picked up another backup. I did. It was free and I liked it enough that I was like, please, I'll take this. I ended up enjoying this one so much more than I thought I was going to, but I liked it really as a skincare product and really just not as like a primer, as like a first step. This does say it has 2% niacinamide for brightening. So if you guys don't like niacinamide because that breaks you out, this does have a little bit in there. I, again, didn't really notice the brightening effect, but it does have 4 types of hyaluronic acid for deep hydration, caffeine-rich cacao seed extract for plumping, Japanese gold thread root for soothing and antioxidant protection, and it's pH balance for a healthy skin barrier. So it does quite a bit of things, but it is a bi-phase product that does have some oils in it. So liked it enough that I got it back up. Would I repurchase it? Maybe. It's possible. It's not typically something that I would pick up like this, especially in the summertime, maybe more like in the winter. I grab for facial oils pretty frequently, especially at nighttime. But I also do have a code with Merit, you guys. I will list it in the description box as well. If you guys are interested in checking this out or literally anything else that they have, their lipsticks, I mean anything, or that firming moisturizer that just launched. So anyway, I'll leave that in the description box. Okay, another thing that I got, I'm pretty sure that was in the Vogue advent calendar, is the Bay Body Eye Gel. So this is the kind where you kind of push this up and the gel or the eye cream here sits on the top. I'm honestly, as it pertains to eye creams, I really don't like a gel-based formula. I prefer something that's moisturizing, something very lotion-based and very thick, like super duper thick. And I find that gels are a lot thinner in texture. I just prefer something really thick. Just really like the corners of my eyes, I just want a really thick, very moisturizing cream. So I liked it. It was good. It's just not something that I would repurchase because I just don't prefer a gel. But if you guys like this, it was 1.7 fluid ounces. Like, it's one of the biggest eye creams that I've ever had, or eye gels. I don't know where Bay Body is sold also. This says it has a blend of vitamin E and Matrixol 3000, which I don't know what that is. But anyway, it was a nice eye gel, a lot of products. Definitely can recommend it to you guys if you like an eye gel. It was fragrance free. I think I said fee. All right, I tried another thing from Ren Skincare. I have not found anything from Ren that I love. I haven't fallen in love with it. I'm pretty sure I got this in a BoxyCharm like a while ago before I canceled the subscription. It's the Flash Hydra Boost Instant Plumping Emulsion. I have talked about using emulsions in the morning because that's when I'm, getting ready, and that's when I'm gonna get the most oily, and I care about kind of like mattifying and making my makeup last. So I use emulsions because they're lighter weight than like heavier moisturizers, for example, and they're usually used in place of like a moisturizer when you want something lighter. So this is not the first time that I've used an emulsion, and it is the reason that I chose to use it from the BoxyCharm box. But it has the smell of patchouli, and I think patchouli, if you guys love it, I'm so sorry that I have to say this, but I'll die on the hill all by myself to outlaw patchouli, okay? Used in general public. I'm just not a fan. It makes me gag. I hate patchouli. This was moisturizer-like, very lotion-like, thin and sunk into the skin. It just smelled of patchouli, and I don't know how I even powered through it. Probably because I have a pretty high tolerance for stuff like that, as long as it doesn't break me out. All right, I think the last full-size skincare product was from Inkey List. This is the ceramide night treatment. I like ceramides. I like vitamin C. I like ceramides. I like hyaluronic acids. I think that peptides are good. Like, just rotating those kinds of things on an everyday basis, if you can get it in, splitting it between daytime and nighttime, I found that it works pretty well for me, and Inkey List is affordable. So I would definitely repurchase this. This is kind of like a gel-based formula. It's very thin. The only thing is I kind of found it like unremarkable. I didn't notice it doing anything in addition to all the other skincare that I was using. I would definitely repurchase this because Inkey List is so affordable. And I've tried, oh goodness, half of their line at this point. I keep repurchasing things from them to try it because they're just so affordable, and they have a lot of the same similar skincare ingredients, and I just sometimes don't find that we need to spend a ton of money on skincare. I really don't, as long as we're seeing the results from them, or they have very similar active ingredients. All right, now we're moving on to all the minis. The first one that I have was the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair. I want to say this was my second little tester. I don't know where I got the other one. It could have been like the Macy's. I wish I didn't love Estee Lauder and Lancome skincare products, but I do. I absolutely do. They're like immensely silky soft. They sink into the skin. They always make me feel super hydrated. I love how silky I feel like they make my skin every time I use them. This was kind of like a gel-like oil. It's kind of what this felt like. Half hybrid between gel and half kind of oil serum, and it sinks immediately into the skin. It's very hydrating. There are 7 serums in this one little advanced night repair. It's supposed to have antioxidants, hyaluronic acid. There's something called Chronolux, which I don't know what that is, but it boosts the natural production of collagen, which I really like. I just love Estee Lauder and Lancome. They're usually scented, but they're so lightly scented, they feel like luxury skincare. And I always feel like I feel both Lancome and Estee Lauder. So I wish I didn't love them, but a lot of times when I've done a tester, like I'll throw them in my cart. Okay, I might not check out with them. They might wind up in the loves list. Just like I want to say it's the Lancome Genifique. Liked it enough, I literally threw it in the cart, and I just haven't checked out with it because it's $89. But I do love Lancome and Estee Lauder products. All right, this is a pretty expensive brand, Elemis. This is a Pro Collagen Marine Cream. The 1 ounce of this retails for $94. 94? 1 ounce. Oh, and I wanted to mention the Estee Lauder for 0.67 ounces retails for $55 for, like, you know, the full size, or the mini full size, I guess I should say. This one for 1 ounce retailing for $94 is crazy. This was an ultra lightweight gel cream and has a bunch of powerful marine and plant actives that are supposed to improve firmness and deliver instant hydration. I don't know. I mean, maybe because it was such a small tester, I really just didn't see any results with this. I was using it as a day cream because it's an anti-wrinkle day cream. So I was putting it on like after I would put my niacinamide on as like the final step before sunscreen, and just really don't see why $95 is the price point for 1 ounce for this. And Elemis like products are pretty popular, plus the Pro Collagen Marine Cream is pretty popular too. I don't think I would personally like repurchase the full size of this. It also does have mimosa in it, and it gives it like this really, really sweet scent. You know what? It reminds me a lot of the perfume that we're going to talk about. The Love by Kilian Don't Be Shy perfume. Like, they almost smell identical. Just super sweet and not intense. All right, here's another little mini that I wish that I didn't love. This was also one that I got in the advent calendar from Vogue. It's from Clé de Peau. It's the Lait Serum. So 1 ounce of this retails for $200. You guys, my kids are playing in my son's room upstairs. They're doing like dinosaurs, so you might hear them. It's really cute. One is 16 and one is 7. So if they can play dinosaurs together, I'm all for it. So this is expensive. 1 ounce, $200. Oh, no, 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 no. This is like a little glass bottle. This is a very gel-like serum. The thing is, it's so silky. It's so silky soft. It reminds me of the Estee Lauder. It reminds me a lot of Lancome products. It sinks in perfectly. What it has in here is a Radiant Lily Complex that's supposed to improve moisture and recover the skin barrier. Let's just hope they don't start fighting. Organic Lemon Myrtle, which helps slow down the signs of aging. Kelplex. The Kelplex helps to smooth skin. The Rose Extract, which is a hyaluronic acid. It does have a fragrance in it, but it's very, very mild. All Clé de Peau products so far that I've tested all have a fragrance in it. There they go. But they're so mild, they just never bother me. This video is definitely on the longer side already, I can tell you guys. All right, here's another one from Lancome that I love. It's the Absolute, it's the soft cream. The 1 ounce of this retails for $165. It's revitalizing and a brightening cream, and it's supposed to be one of their worldwide best-selling products. It's a lightweight serum like lotion. It's beautiful because it feels super silky soft on the skin and it always makes me feel super hydrated. It is highly fragranced though. More so than I think Clé de Peau and the Estee Lauder, for example. I find that the Lancome like definitely goes to the edge of where they can push like the fragrance in these, but I wish I didn't love them. You know, not all high-end skincare gets me, but those 3 brands, they just do. They get me. They just feel extremely luxurious on the face. And I don't know what it is other than feeling silky soft and hydrated. There's just, that's all it really has to do, I guess, and it just wins me over. One that's probably high-end that I didn't really care for was the last little mini here. It's the Elizabeth Arden Privage. The 1.7 ounce of this is $173. It's an anti-aging daily serum 2.0, okay. It's got 4 times the antioxidants, and it says it has 10 new powerful ingredients to reverse signs of aging. Vitamin C and E. It is like tinted. This had like a little bit of a tint to it. It was like a lotion-like serum. It does have a light fragrance to it, but it's pretty darn mild. It's really mild actually. It's probably the least fragranced of the little minis that I've been talking about so far. Okay, so good antioxidant power. I feel like we can get this though. I wasn't blown away by this. This didn't feel like silky, soft, and smooth and made me feel like super hydrated the way that the other ones did. Okay guys, let's move on into perfume. I just talked about this. I just brought this one up to you guys. This is the only one that I have finished off. This is a mini. It's pretty expensive. It's 50 bucks for this little mini. I think I paid full price for this. It's the Love by Kilian, and this is the Don't Be Shy. The type is warm florals. The keynotes are orange blossom and vanilla absolute and marshmallow. It's supposed to be a unisex scent. I have to say, like, it's sweet and it's lovely. I think it's like my kind of warm floral. If it's floral, I want it to be warm. If it's floral, I want it to have vanilla in it. And I think that it wraps like the nice amount of vanilla and marshmallows in it that gives it that kind of warm scent that doesn't make it too floral or rose-like. I really enjoyed this. I did. I have other bottles like back there, and I chose this one first and finished it off first. I have to say I did probably like walk around at one point and like spray my house or something, you know, somebody was coming over and I was like, ah! But would I repurchase this? Not until I finish off all those. And in the bottom drawer, there's a ton of little tester minis. So I have a ton more to go that I haven't even gotten to, and I'm still working on one from Sol de Janeiro. So anyway, wouldn't repurchase this right away, but it's definitely a remarkable scent. All right, let's go through the last of the products that I have. These are all makeup things, but they're, you know, they're no like blush or bronzer or anything. I have a couple of brow products and then one mascara that I finished off. So I have the Dior Brow Show or Dior Show Brow Styler. This one is in 001 Brown. I love these. I have to say, it's kind of overpriced, obviously, for a brow product, I think, but the 001 Brown, at the time, I want to say was one of the lightest shades that they have, and it's just too deep for me, so I would not repurchase this shade. Would I repurchase this? Probably, but I would definitely go for one that's like $13 to $20 before I repurchase the Dior. I finished off another Benefit Precising My Brow. This one is in 2.5. I've already repurchased it. I can't help it. I love these, and no matter how many times I say to myself, I'm not gonna go back and spend whatever this is costing now, I ended up picking it up, another one, I guess, for the half price at $13 at the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. So that's really the only time I recommend you spend that, because I've been trying to find more affordable ones. And I think I have by just a little bit at this point. But yeah, this is like an infinite repurchase for me. I finished off a Gucci brow product. This one is in, it just fell. This one's in blonde, but it's yellow. That's actually very, very, very yellow, warm. So this was a really bad shade. The product itself was really nice. This one is kind of like a diamond shaped tip, but I do like that as opposed to these two, which are like the micro pencils. It was good. It was a decent formula. The cross between creamy and a little bit dry, so it lasts pretty long, just like this one from Benefit. I would say Dior is just maybe a little bit creamier, but yeah, the yellow was too yellow in blonde, so I might try a different shade. But for Gucci prices, again, as far as like my brows go, I would rather pay less because I just do so little with them. This one I'm passing along. This is just a full-on no product for me. The AOA Studio Dual Brow Definer. So on one end it has like one of the microfine pencils, and on the other it's pretty thick diamond shape. This one is in taupe though, and it's way too yellow. I talked about this in my speed reviews, and I thought I was gonna end up tolerating it. I even said I'll probably tolerate it, but I used it a couple more times. I was like, nope, nope. This is, again, super duper yellow. Just not a good shade in taupe at all. And then I finished off the mascara from Thrive Cosmetics, the Liquid Lash Extensions. I definitely want to repurchase this. I've had this a couple of times in my collection, and I don't think anything has beat it yet. Honestly, I think this is one of the best still for the price for like a tubing lengthening mascara, so I'm definitely gonna repurchase this. Anyway, you guys, I know this video was on the longer side. I talked quite a bit. I have a tendency to get pretty passionate and talk a lot about the stuff that I've tested, but I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys are not currently subscribed but would love to stick around to see some of my other videos, I'd love to have you come back. I'm out of here for this evening, and I hope to catch you all in my next video. Bye guys.